I just built this dual-purpose work table slash desk that was cheap and relatively easy. Let me show you how. So the first thing I want to do here is cut this top out. So I've measured this whole thing out. You can see my pencil lines. Now I'm just going to cut this with my saw, freehand, and I'm just going to do the best I can, which should be good enough. And we have our top. So I have my 8-foot 2x6 here. I'm going to go ahead and mark the 4-foot point. So that is our perfect halfway point, which is 48 inches or 4 feet. We have our saw set up. We are perfectly centered. I'm going to put pressure on the board. This is a 12-inch saw. I put those two pieces on our top here, and they are the exact length of the top. We need our two end pieces that are going to go inside here, as well as maybe 1 or 2 more supports there in the middle. Now, since this top is 24 inches deep, when we take into account the thickness of these 2x6s, which are in fact 1.5 inches thick, we can do some simple math. 24 inches minus 3 inches equals 21 inches. On this 2x6, I've measured out my 21-inch points. I've marked them on the board, and we just have to go cut them. The blade is centered. There's one, and just like that, we're getting somewhere. 1, 2, 3 more to go. Now actually, because of the blade thickness, my marks that I previously made are off a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and remark the 21-inch point, which is probably a 1/16 off for every one of these cuts. And there's the rough placement of the boards. I know these two aren't centered where they should be, but just showing you the structure we're building. I did just find a nice flat part of my concrete here. It's not absolutely perfect, but it's pretty darn close. Now I'm going to be using a nailer to secure this. These are the nails I'm going to be using. And the reason why is because, well, it's quick and easy. I don't have a bunch of clamps to clamp everything together to use screws, so I'm just gonna line it up the best I can. Look how easy that was. You can see I have these 2 nails on the outsides of this 2x6. I can always put a 3rd one in or use a screw if I want, but I think these nails build our houses that we live in, and it's gonna be good enough for a little desk for myself. There we go. I can get my knee out of the way, and this top one is a lot easier. Here we go again. And we're at our last connection here. Everything seems to be lining up quite nicely. I'll get that bottom first. Make sure we're centered on that 2x6. There we go. And last bit here. Well, the structure here for the top is now done. I did end up putting a 3rd nail in each one of the boards, and this thing is rock solid. I'm very happy with that. So I just put the top on here, but I wanted to show you something. I had to choose the right side, the side that the top was going to be screwed onto. And that's because I somehow didn't get one side of these perfectly flush. I think I was putting too much pressure on one of the boards. And so because of this, looking at the other side, I noticed that it is a lot better. These are almost perfectly flush. Even down here, and laying this down on the concrete, you can see just how square this is. So now that I know which side I'm gonna be using as the top of the frame, I can place the actual tabletop, and we're looking really good. Now this tabletop I will be using screws for, and that's because that'll give me the option to switch this out in the future if I need to. So I'll go ahead and make my 2 16-on center marks so I know where to put my screws for these 2 center boards. I'm also going to be pre-drilling with a countersink bit. Hopefully you can see my line here, and you can see the marks I made every 6 inches. I'll be using these exterior screws. They are Phillips head, and they're 1 5/8 inches long. Now as for the top, you know, this isn't absolutely perfect. So I'm just making sure that it is really, really close to perfect. So I'll just drill my first hole here, which is 3/4 of an inch in. With all of the holes drilled, we can now start installing our screws. Well, all the screws are installed. I did countersink a few of them a little too deep. You can see this material isn't that thick, so I probably went way too deep, especially on this one. This is more what I was looking for. After some rough measurements, just trying to come up with a length for the legs, I came up with about 32 inches because obviously they're gonna be inset into this frame here. So with the legs at 32 inches, not accounting for any sort of casters yet, that gives me about 26.5 inches to the bottom of this frame. Well, I just got back from Harbor Freight and picked up some locking casters. $6 a piece, we bought 4 of them. Now I need to measure the approximate height of each one of these casters, which looks like it's about 3 5/8. So I have a plan, and that plan involves cutting 4 inches off of each one of these legs. Bear with me, I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, we have our 4 blocks cut off. We have our legs that are now 4 inches shorter. These are all absolutely perfectly the same length. The problem I was having was not necessarily wanting to attach the casters directly to the bottom, the end grain of these 4x4s. You can totally do that. I could have done that. Everything would have been fine. But I need to put an extra set of braces around here anyway on 3 sides. And so I thought, I'm gonna cut my 2x4s that span the distance in between each one of these legs, and I'm gonna sandwich 2 2x4s next to each other, and then I'll be able to attach these casters to the 2x4s, and that way I'm not going into the end grain, but I'm going across the grain, which should give the screws a much stronger ability to hold this thing together for a longer period of time. So I did one up in this corner, kind of at an angle, one down in this corner up at an angle. I can always come in here with a screw here and a screw here. I mean, that's absolutely solid. These things are very well attached. All right, well, we have all of our pieces cut, a piece inside of each one of the legs and a piece outside, and that goes the same for this longer area as well as the other side. So now, of course, I just need to use my nailer and nail all of this off. I know this looks funny, but I have to pull this in because, no, that nail didn't go in all the way. My fault. So the thing about these pieces of wood down here is I had to go off of mathematical numbers here, not just putting the wood up and measuring what the distance was between the legs. And that's because, well, you know, they're just attached at the top. So at the bottom, they could be off a little bit. But if I go off of math, like 48 minus, 3 inches for the thickness of the frame up here, minus 3.5 inches on each side, so 7 inches. Anyways, we come up with the mathematical numbers for these pieces, and that way I can move the legs to where they're supposed to be, and everything's apparently square. We are nailed off. Everything is securely attached. It is as square as it needs to be, which is darn near perfect, but I just mean it's not absolutely perfect, but it's pretty dang good. All of the corners, all the measurements line up. I just did 2 diagonal nails with every end piece, and that leaves me enough room here to come back with screws if I want. With the bench laid over, I can show you exactly what my plan is with these casters. They're gonna span the 2 2x4s, which I think is gonna be much stronger over time because we're screwing in across the grain and not straight into the grain. And then down here, we'll be doing the same thing. Now, as for these casters, to be honest, I'm just gonna eyeball it because that's definitely good enough. The wheels swivel, so I mean, realistically, it just has to be good enough. All right, that worked out great. She's just about done. I mean, she's done, but it can be modified from here if you want. Look at that. Okay, well, I will say, the way the casters are on, they're set back just a touch from the main legs. So, if I was to jump on here and put all my weight on it, it's fine. But if, it will lean over if you want it to. Not very easily. So back on my chair. This is great. All right. I could even put a shelf down here if I wanted, maybe a half shelf, so I have room for my feet. Definitely lots of room for modification. This isn't my first workbench like this. Probably my second. It's okay. There's a few things I would probably change. I probably don't need to use 4x4s as the legs, being that the casters aren't even attached to the bottom of those. The caster location here is probably a little bit too far back. I mean, if I wanted to really trust this, that it wasn't gonna tip over, with a lot of weight on it. But what this is for is this. This is meant to be a desk. This is meant to be something that I can throw over in one spot, use it as a desk, and then if I need to, I can roll it over into another spot, use it as, a spot to film stuff here in my shop. I did give the top a little bit of a sand just to make it smoother and I wouldn't get any splinters off the edges here. Well, I do hope you enjoyed the build on this work table slash desk. You know, I kind of figured it out as I went. I had a very loose plan that I just sketched on a piece of paper and went to the hardware store, picked up the wood, already had the plywood, used my nailer. Still gonna put some more screws in here, but overall I think I'm really, really happy with it. Couple things I would change for next time, and a couple of things if you're trying to build a desk, you could probably just use this as inspiration and, you know, make it how you want. I would suggest possibly not using 2x6s as this main frame, although it is extremely strong. It does limit your leg room, and the height of the desk has to be tall. If it's something you're standing at, that probably won't matter. I think for now and for probably a very long time, this is good enough. Hopefully, like I said, you can at least use this for inspiration. That's what I did. I got on YouTube. I looked up a bunch of different ideas that people had. So overall, I'm extremely happy with it. Let me know what you thought. Comment down in the comment section below. Tell me what I could have done differently, what you would have done differently. And if you did like this video, if you got something out of it, if it was at least entertaining, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It really helps this video and the channel. Check the description below for more information. With that being said, I'm Jimmy. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.